Hey guys, new video here. League starter, what are my initial plans for the first character? I'm gonna go a Shadow, Trickster, Essence Drain, Contagion character. And I was initially gonna go Pathfinder, because if I go Pathfinder, I get to like level 90 something, right? High 90s, and I'd be able to respec into Stormcall, which is what I want to do for the new League content. But then I thought, I looked in POB, and with like really like no gear or anything, very basic gear, the Trickster I was having like 400 450k damages, and then on the Pathfinder I was having like 300k. So I was like, it's a big enough difference where I think I want to try out the Trickster, and I'll just make a new character when I'm ready and have gotten all the gear for Stormcall. And so what I'm gonna do is obviously at level 4 I'm gonna get my Contagion, level 12 I'm gonna get my Essence Drain, and then from there on out I'm just gonna go all the way up and be an Essence Drainer. Obviously, in terms of new skills, I'm gonna pick up Malevolence when I get to Act 3, and then for the Soul Rend ability, I will try that when I also get, what is it, in Act 3, because you can just cast that alongside the Essence Drain, and it should work. The reason I'm not going to go Soul Rend as the main skill is because like the base duration just seems a little bit too short for me. And so while like, you know, you put GMP on that thing and it's like kind of like auto seeking, it could be pretty good and the damage isn't bad. I just like the 5+ second Essence Drain much more, right, with all the duration and stuff. It just feels like, in my mind, it just feels a little bit better, but I could be totally wrong. But the great thing is with the Essence Drain tree, if you want to go Soul Rend, the tree is nearly identical, right? So it's pretty cool. So you can go either or, but I'm just gonna go Essence Drain out of the new skills. Bane is also really good, but like I said, I want the double cast and then the chain proliferation, whereas the other things it's a little bit harder to do, right? So that's why I'm going Essence Drain. So initially, I'm gonna go over here, and then what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna probably take the life here, and then I'm going to probably take this damage node here, then I'm going to go right here, then I'm going to go up to Growth and Decay, then Written in Blood, then Atrophy. And then from here, I'm probably going to go towards Whispers of Doom, so going this way, picking up the Flask Effectiveness. And then from here, I can either go like maybe Blood Drinker if I want some more life, or over to this Templar area. Now, you see that I picked up a lot of these area nodes, and you know, the area damage doesn't actually scale the Essence Drain dot damage. I don't think so, right? Like Essence Drain, the way it's changed is that obviously besides the damage buff, it's now also gotten a modifier in which it will hit the first enemy for that hit damage, but then it will explode, and then in a small radius, nearby enemies will also be affected by the damage over time, same as the initial one, right? So it just it helps a lot with your contagion spread. And I don't think that, even though Essence Drain is tagged as an AoE gem now, I don't think AoE, or like on jewels, on the skill tree, on gear, like AoE damage will affect it, right? I just don't think so. But I think the reason why it's tagged as area is because the area modifiers will affect the radius, or, you know, or total area in which that explosion, the initial explosion, happens. That's my belief right now. I guess we'll find out tomorrow. And so, but the reason I took these modifiers here is, like, you see on the POB right here, how it says blast radius, right? Like 20% area damage, which doesn't really matter. I guess it helps the contagion a little bit, but the Ink AoE, it has radius. So if you mouse over something, my rule was, if it's close enough on the tree and it gives me 1 radius, then I will in fact take it, because 1 radius is the contagion, and contagion is really what's helping you spread to farther away packs, and it helps you with clear. So it's not really for damage, it's for quality of life spreading of the contagion ED. And you can very easily see if it would give you this. So like, for example, the stave nodes, which I'll go into in a little bit, also give a decent amount of radius. And if you were even going to go Pathfinder, right, like I was going to earlier, you know, this node right here, you see how like 50% Chow's damage AoE is like +3 radius, which is significant. So I like getting every little bit of radius I can. In terms of like the jewels, the only unique one so far is I'm not going to use Spreading Rot because I don't like using Blight. I'm going to use Intuitive Leap here, Well, actually, I think with the Trickster, maybe I don't even need this, right? Like, I might, if I was going Pathfinder, I'll go Intuitive Leap here so I can pick up Overcharge, because that will give me all my things, all my charges, but the Trickster gets both, the Power and Frenzy on kill now, so maybe I don't need this, right? But if I go Pathfinder, then I'll take this. But once again, I'm going Trickster, so maybe I'd take this out for now. But the other jewels, obviously just using damage ones, like I just put these 2 mod, like these really bad jewels in here, as like kind of a base, right, like a test in there. And then why am I using the enigmatic reach? Well, it's because I'm gonna be using a staff, right? It's like only it's 3 points directly connected on a skill tree, not going out of your way to get it. And the stave I'm gonna use is I'm gonna try to get either a what's it called, Cane of Unraveling, which would be Cane of Unraveling, which would be, you know, it is flat damage. It's a multiplier on the Chow's dot damage. It's a little bit of cast speed, and then also it is a tiny bit of mana regeneration there. But it's also plus level of gems, which is very powerful for Essence Drain. So I'm gonna try to get this. Historically, this item has been a couple C. We'll see what it is this league. You can start using it at level 62, so pretty strong there, right? And then as for the other items, the only necessary items are going to be Queen of the Forest. So I don't really like shield charging Whirling Blades anymore, and because I'm using a staff, my option is I can I'm just going to run around as fast as I can, because you have 226% move speed. That'll go up a little bit based on other factors like ascendancy choices, skill tree points, and somewhat. But you know, you lose a little bit of movement speed by not going Pathfinder, right, because of the flask effectiveness and things like that, and nature's adrenaline. But Trickster kind of makes up for it. So I'm going to be a runny boy. I'm going to run around. I think it's going to feel pretty good. These are just like kind of like placeholders. The only thing I'm probably like I'm going to use for sure is probably a Witchfire Brew, right? The Stibnite Flask. And so this will give me a Despair, and it'll also give me Evasion I need for my Queen of the Forest. And the other things I'll use is obviously the Alchemist Quicksilver Flask of Adrenaline. That should be pretty easy to get. And then my auras, Malevolence once again, and Blasphemy on Temp Chains maybe, right? And then might try out some different stuff. But that's the initial plan right now. Other than that, nothing. I mean, Essence Drain has been kind of like a solved thing, right? Even with all this new stuff, it's pretty easy skill. You can't really mess it up. It's a very good league starter, so I think it'll farm pretty hard. And other than that, you know, with the new changes to getting non-ailment Chow's damage over time multiply, that's like everywhere. It's like right here, it's in this cluster, it's in this cluster, it's in this cluster. I mean, the damage is going to be fantastic, and so that's what I'm going to be doing. So I hope to have a pretty fun league start, and the future plans is like, I want to transition into Stormcall as fast as possible. Stormcall is fast, it's a high single target, it's high clear. For Beyond, it's excellent at mopping up the Beyond. There's just like so many good things about the build. You know, using Eldritch Battery with it would feel really good early on, and so that's gonna be an amazing build. So I'll probably use this guy to farm up the Stormcall guy, which would be my second character, right? If you guys care about what I'm playing next. And so that's the build. Pretty easy stuff, right? So once again, the general rules is if I'm running around, I need 45,000 evasion for my Queen of the Forest to get max speed. Use the Alchemist Quicksilver Flask, get some skill points on the tree that give you movement speed, you know, nimbleness. This node right here, Fangs of Viper, Trickster gives you some move speed, right? And that's it. Okay, I hope you guys enjoyed the video. That's my starter. Okay, bye everyone, bye.